Even without doing anything, you can get what you want. When all this will work in the desired direction, your ability to implement any desire to life will surpass all expectations. What we created on this planet with our own hands was originally created in our minds, and then it was realized in the real world. All wonderful and terrible things are the product of human mind. Therefore, if we don't care about what will happen to us in the future, it is extremely important, first of all, to learn how to create the right things in our mind. Learn to think correctly. If we think not in the benefits of our future, what we create will also be random and unsystematic. So it is very important to learn how to think in the right direction to attract happiness and achieve their goals. There is one great parable. Once a man went for a walk. He walked for a long time, and accidentally, without even suspecting, he went to heaven. Luck smiled at him. He went to heaven after a long walk. He was tired, so he thought, I am so tired, I really want to relax. He looked around and saw nearby a beautiful tree, under which was tiled a very soft grass. He wanted to sleep, so he lay down there and fell asleep. A few hours later he woke up. Having slept well, he thought, if only to eat something, and any dish that came to his mind immediately appeared before his eyes. Such miracles! Hungry people don't think for a long time before meals. There was food must eat. He ate and thought, I stuffed my stomach. Now I want to drink something. And no matter what drink he thought, all the most skilled nectars immediately appeared in front of him. Anyone who really wants to drink also doesn't think for a long time, and he immediately began to drink. All this seemed strange to him, and he thought, what's going on here? I wanted to eat, food appeared. I wanted to drink, drinks appeared. Perhaps this is done by spirits. And then spirits appeared. Oh no, spirits appeared. They surround me, and they will torment me. He thought, and that hour the spirits surrounded him and began to torment him. He began to scream in pain. They will kill me, he thought, and spirits killed him. And a minute ago he considered himself a happy person. The fact is that he was sitting under the kalpavriksha tree, the so-called tree of desires. He wanted food, food appeared. He wanted to drink, drinks appeared. He thought about spirits, they came. He thought about the torment and received it. He thought about death, death came for him. But don't look for the kalpavriksha tree. Now there are very few trees left. Kalpavriksha is called a strong, stable mind. If you bring your mind to a certain level of discipline, it in turn will control the world around you. Your body, your emotions, your energy will work in the right direction. As soon as all these four components, your body, your mind, your emotions, and basic vital energies work for a one goal, everything you wish will come true even without your active participation. Your actions, of course, will not be superfluous either, but even without doing anything, you can get desired result. If you direct your life in the right direction and keep it in this direction, you will find what you want. Now, your mind works differently. It constantly changes its direction. As if you are in a hurry somewhere and get confused in your thoughts every minute. In this way, it will be very difficult to achieve your life goals, unless it happens by accident. So, by directing your thoughts in the right direction, and with it all four components, you will create your happy future. Whatever you want will happen. But if everything comes true right now, everything that you have wished for in your life, you will break. If everything that you dreamed about at the same second appears next to you, would you handle it? For this, it is very important that you physically, emotionally, mentally, and energetically act and think in the right direction. If this is not the case, we become self-destructive. This is our common problem. Technologies that were supposed to make our life beautiful and easy became the sources of all problems. They destroy the very foundation of our life, our planet. What should have been good becomes evil. What has brought us incredible levels of comfort and convenience over the past 100 years has also become a threat to our lives, simply because unaware we don't control them. So, the discipline of the mind is first of all the transition from unconscious to conscious. You may have heard of people whose wishes came true quite unexpectedly easily. This usually happens with believers. Now, suppose you want to build a house. If you start thinking, I want to build a house. To do this I need certain amount, but I have only a few coins. My wish cannot be fulfilled at the moment when you say it is impossible. In fact, you say, I don't want it. And so, the one hand, you have a desire that you want something, but on the other hand, you say, I don't want it. With such disagreements, you will not succeed. Faith works only for those who really believe and don't delve into their thoughts. But for those people who think too much, faith never works. But a naive and open person who simply believes can say, I dream of a house. I don't know how I will get it, but I know that I will get it. There are no negative thoughts in his head. He has no doubts that it will happen. It will not happen. Perhaps it is impossible. A believer doesn't question his desires. Such a person believes that the universe will give him a home, so his desire will come true. Does this mean that the universe will build you a house tomorrow? Of course not. You must understand that the universe will not move a little finger for you. In general, the very essence of happiness and well-being sounds like this. If you are unhappy, the only reason for your unhappiness is that life is not going the way you would like. That's all. So, if your life is not going the way you want it, you are unhappy. And if everything happens the way you want, you are happy. It's so simple. Therefore, in order for life to develop as you want, it is important to understand how you think, how purposeful, how stable your thoughts is, and how much you doubt. So you will understand whether thoughts will become reality or it is just dummy. Do not create obstacles for your goals in the form of negative thoughts. Is it possible? The question itself, doubting the possibility of something, destroys us. Maybe, maybe not. It's none of your business. It's the universe's business. Your job is just to get what you want. I have two questions. Two very simple questions. Just listen and answer now. Can you get up and take off now? You will say no. Can you get up and go now? You say yes. Why is that? Why do you say no to flying and yes to walking? Because you have experience. Many times you got up and walked, but you have never been able to take off. Or in other words, based on life experience, you determine whether something is possible or not. Therefore, for you, what has not happened so far cannot happen in the future. It kills the human spirits and humanity as a whole. Something that hasn't happened to you before may be. In the near future, people will be able to do anything. So leave the universe to decide what is possible and what is not. Move forward and the universe will decide and you just have to understand what you want and strive for it. Formulate a desire, forgetting about any negative thoughts that affect the strength of your desire. First of all, you have to understand what you really want. If you don't know what you want, then it's not worth talking about any abandonment in reality, because in fact you want what everyone wants: to live in joy, in peace, in abundance, in a loving relationship, in other words, everything that any person wants. This feeling of pleasure inside and outside, the manifestation of this pleasantness in the body we call health and pleasure. Manifestation of it in the mind we call appeasement and joy. When it manifests itself in our emotions, we call it love and compassion. If it touches our energy, we call it bliss and ecstasy. That's all a person is looking for.